Okay, now you all were fighting for these, for having an Afro club or having identity for black people. Now, Rubin, if you notice today, there is no Afro clubs, there's no black clubs. All that stuff is gone, and I guess you could say that with no Afro clubs, the revolutionary spirit, to a large extent, is gone because a lot of people call those kind of people crazy.
Well, I'm sure people thought we were crazy, but that was a spirit at Central that we caught on to, and that spirit was kind of brought about by the things that we did. And one of those things was we had these discussion and we had these art thing, and they pointed out our culture. You know, we didn't have to be ashamed of the way we danced, the way we walked, or the way we talked, our clothes, because we was unique people. We were not Europeans, and I think we were saying, look, you know, this school is 60% black. We need something that represent this, and that's basically what we were saying. We were doing it in a really nice way. We wasn't screaming and hollering and shouting. We went to the administration, we asked them, we proposed what we was going to do, we brought in the articles we wanted to display. They had no other thing to do but to say, okay, we'll give it to you.
Well, Rubin, you know, you mentioned about the ratio, 60% black, 25% white, and the rest was Hispanic. Okay, here's the deal in a nutshell. Then I'm gonna have to make my exit. That spirit that you talking about. Here we were 60% of the population, and we did not have one black administrator, not one black dean of boys, dean of girls. I don't think we even had a black librarian. Did we have a black janitor? No. No, we didn't even have a black janitor, brother. So here you are with 60% majority of the minority students, and we didn't have any kind of representation. Just like the history books, we weren't shown in the history book. Hell, we wasn't really shown in the Bible, but we're in there. Everybody in the Bible is black. But anyway, I digress. Charlton Heston, Moses, and the whole spiel. But here it is in a nutshell: 60% black. And we had no representation. We had no identity. We were there walking the halls, getting diplomas and whatnot, but you couldn't find us in the history books. You couldn't find us. So, hey, we got upset. Not angry upset, but we said, hey, we want to be seen, we want to be known, we want to be heard. And the way we did it was so articulate, it was so respectful. It was amazing that we had the organizational skills, man, because we wasn't really bumping around in the dark. We just had to get the ideas together, what we saw, what he saw, what I saw, what the other members of the group saw and felt. We combined those ideas. We hashed. We was trying to make a stew, and brother, we got fed.
Well, you know, I really appreciate you all's time here to go into this here, but you know, you both keep, you know, you said some things here that just get me thinking here, because I had a chance to talk with some even 40-year-old black people, and they say that they too are concerned with black people's issues, but they don't want to talk about the 60s, and they definitely don't want to talk about slavery. So how did we get that disconnect to where people can't see the continuum, but they want to? It's in effect, in a way, their minds have been divided and they've conquered themselves.
Well, I think part of the problem is they destroyed our neighborhoods. What little neighborhoods we had, we all lived in the same vicinity. We was talking to each other on a constant basis. Telephone, we congregated at the parks, we played basketball together. We watched pretty much the same television shows, churches. So that being what it was, we had avenues that we used to express our sentiments and our feelings, and Europeans didn't realize that we had them. They didn't realize that the grapevine was a powerful medium. And, you know, when we had something going on, it was expressed to the students in ways that they understood it. They understood that we have a 60% student body, but the queen of the, I think it was the junior class, was a white girl. 10 black sisters ran, and the white kids voted in a slot. They voted for that one white girl. Okay. And so we saw all of that. We said, wow, how did this happen?
Well, you know, as we're winding down here, and Mr. Muhammad, I appreciate your staying up this late, because I know that you were a third shifter. Sure. You know, what message do you want to leave with the black people of Fort Wayne today who are so afraid to stand up and speak about the 60s, or afraid to speak about anything about the history of black people because they think that it might be offensive to whites? What do you want to say to people in today's society that are just scared?
But Allah God is my witness. Do not be ashamed. Do not be afraid of the truth. The truth will set you free. A lie will continually make you a slave. I'm proud of the fact that I come through this period of time. It tested my mettle. It tested my grit. And I have no regrets about going through the 60s. What I'm most proud about was a little bit of organization a couple of high school students had. Just a little bit of organization. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the black man's unity is as powerful as an atom bomb. And I leave this with our coming generation. It's in your hands. Continue to carry it on. If you need to know something, ask those that went through it.
And Rubin, a final word, please.
You know, it was experience that we shared. Even some of the people who I run into now, we still talk about it. We were very proud that we did it, and I think some good things came out of it.
The mission of HackonomicsTV is to contribute to the black consciousness movement going on across America, and to dismantle and destroy the Willie Lynch slave mentality and lessen the impact of historic white supremacy on our individual and group mindsets. Good night.